I love aim controllers. Like their customer service to me is amazing. Um, I always message the guy. Like me and him were talking for the past 3 or 4 days. They sent me out a product to test out that they haven't even released yet.
Nice.
Um, and I gotta make a video about that. I'll probably do it today or tomorrow.
Welcome in, everybody, to another RSG podcast. My name's Alb. I'm going to be your host today, and with me we got the one and only Yunuziy. How's it going, brother?
Hey, how you doing, Abo? How you doing today?
Doing good. How about you?
Living my best life, man. Living my best life.
I love that. Thanks for coming on. It's good to have you on here.
Oh, of course, of course. Apologize me being a little late. I had the baby. All
All
that good
good.
stuff.
It actually worked out better for me that it was a couple minutes late, because I probably would have been a couple minutes late, so it was good.
Perfect timing then.
One thing I want to say before we start this is I love that we do these podcasts with everybody, because I actually get to sit down. I feel like it's been so long since me and you sat down and had like a chat on Discord or anything like that.
Oh yeah, it's been a couple months at least.
Yeah, for sure. You come through the Discord every now and again, but it's just like I love it because now I get to talk to you. Like I was just telling you, we're gonna do KB's after this, so I get to talk to him, and I just love that. So thanks for coming on again, man. Appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to a great podcast here.
Sure, it's gonna be interesting. It's my first one, so we'll see how it goes.
So first ever podcast.
Yeah, I've never done a podcast before.
Awesome.
I've been invited to a few, but like the day would come up, and then the plans will fall through, or people will try and switch days, and eventually, you just get tired of waiting around. So just call it chalk.
The day never comes.
Yeah, but they're always interesting. Like I love watching them. I actually just started watching. They do these inspirational like podcasts. Like every once in a while, I'll tune into one of those. Or when I'm at the barbershop, like I was there today. And he watches one that they do every Saturday morning, I think it is. And it's good stuff. It's just people sitting around the table talking, figuring out what's life,
Yeah, that's awesome. I listen to a few podcasts myself. One mainly, so I'm a big golfer. I listen to like a golfing podcast. So it's a bunch of like younger dudes who started a channel, started with trick shots, and then they got into like getting good at golf, and like some of them are going for the PGA now, and it's just like basically all of them got together and made a channel, and so they do all kinds of stuff on YouTube too, but they do a podcast, and I love it. When I'm at work, I got the headphones in, I'm like cruise control, doing what I got to do, listening to podcasts. So I'm a big fan myself. It's part of the reason that drove me to start doing this. You know what I mean?
Of course, they definitely help time pass. Like listening to it on the way home or on the way to work, it definitely helps time pass. Listening to other people talk about things that maybe you didn't think of, or maybe you're interested in but you don't know a lot of.
Yeah, it's a good tool.
It's definitely pretty cool.
Yeah, 100%. So let's talk about you a little bit. We'll let everyone listening or watching right now, we're going to learn about Yunuziy. So you joined RSG 14 months ago. We were actually just talking about this before we started the podcast. Can't believe it's been 14 months.
Time flies, man. Time flies. I feel like this last year has been just absolutely insane with the amount of stuff going on. With the baby now that I have, she's a month. She just turned a month last week Tuesday. And it's just time is moving all the time.
It's wild, man.
Yeah.
Your baby's a month old already?
Mm-hmm. The time is moving, man.
Absolutely.
Like, we're talking about this at the barbershop. It's like, man, life's real short. You gotta enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, you gotta figure out what to do to fix it so that you can enjoy it.
I agree with that, man. I'm a firm believer that, like, I say it all the time. Like, people are like, how you doing, man? I'm like, you know what? I'm doing great, because even if I'm having a bad day, I woke up today, so we're going to go with that, and I get to see my family, and, life's good. We're all eating, and the roof's over us. Like, we're good.
Of course. Every day you wake up is a good day, right?
Yeah, 100%. So it's been 14 months, man. What? I can't believe it. So we were talking about this. You're like OG RSG. You got in before we started doing, like, welcome montage videos for people. Which is crazy. There's only like
7 of us.
What's that?
I think it was only like 7 of us at the time, right?
Oh man, it might have been less, to be honest. Might have been less.
I remember. I think Twisted Scope was definitely there. I feel like.
Yeah, Twist Scope, Nerves. Geez, who else would have been? Maybe Arrow and maybe Chronix was on there.
Jack too, I believe. I think Jack was in there.
Jack, yeah, Jack's OG as well. Jack's yeah. Dude,
he's nuts at Fortnite, by the way. Oh my god,
absolutely cracked at Fortnite, 100%. He's a good content creator too, man. He's just a great dude. He
Mhm.
actually recently, as early as this week, he's the first ever member to leave RSG. He's
Oh,
yeah, so he's going for something a little bit bigger with more Fortnite base to it.
mm.
Left on good terms, obviously. Like Jack's a great dude. We talk all the time. He's local to here as well, but he's just going on a different adventure right now. So we're supporting him 100% of the way. Obviously, would never hold anybody back from chasing something they want to do. But absolutely amazing content creator. Couldn't agree more with that. Great
Yeah, I
dude
watched
too,
him do a
man.
couple tournaments. He, like, hosts his own tournaments, pretty cool.
Yeah,
I
dude.
didn't know you could do that stuff with Fortnite.
He hosts a lot of tournaments, man. Like honestly, I haven't seen anybody host tournaments like that.
Yeah, like, I feel like every time he goes live, he's doing, like, some kinda, like, $100 tournament here or something like that.
Yeah, he is. He has a channel in our Discord where his announcements go to. I swear it's
Mhm.
like a tournament every day or two. It's wild.
Man's nuts. Man is nuts.
Dude, it's like I know from hosting tournaments myself that a lot goes into it, man. A lot of planning and like organization and stuff, and then the rules and all
Mhm.
that. So like he's definitely got his work cut out for him when he's doing all these tournaments.
Yeah, you never know how much behind the scene work it is until you gotta do the behind the scene work.
Yeah, 100%. All right, so we'll get back to you. So you tell us more about you. Joined 14 months ago. Like let us know like your age, where you're from. You know, you just said you got a new baby. Like let us know about you.
So I'm 28 or turning 28 this year. I was originally from New York. I grew up in the Bronx. Moved to Pennsylvania when I was 16. And then from there, finished out high school. Met my wife at 18. Got married at 20. Joined the military at 20. Uh, Traveled the U.S. I've been to Texas, South Carolina, um, Maryland. Those are 3 stateside places I was, and then I was over in Kuwait for about 9 months. Just super hot. Yeah, I don't know if you ever heard about it. Was the hottest day that I was there when I was there was 137 degrees.
Wow.
Yeah, and then we were outside with our gear on because at the time I was doing was gate guard, so we basically let people on and off the post. So you have to wear all your gear and stuff. So you're just sitting out there baking in the sun. It's pretty nuts.
No shade at
Um,
all.
None. And then when I got back, I was in Texas. Um, I switched duty stations to Maryland, and that's when my wife was like, "Oh, you're pretty good at video games. Maybe you should start streaming." And then it's been history ever since. I started out with Blackout, which if you don't know what Blackout is, it's Call of Duty's first BR. I don't know if actually COD Mobile was out before. I think Blackout was the first one.
I think so.
Um, but played Blackout for a little bit. Um, and then when Warzone came out, I switched to Warzone, and it's just been history since. Been playing Warzone for almost 2 years. Um, got partnered on Warzone on Facebook. Started doing a little Twitch on the side. Just got to keep your options open at all times. You never know.
Feel that.
Um, yeah, man, Warzone the struggle. Sometimes it's great. Sometimes it sucks. Like anything in life, I guess.
Dude.
It's like that love hate relationship you have.
Oh, 100%. So like for me personally, I don't get to play very much, okay? So when I get to play, I'm like expecting to have like a great time, like just have a quick game or whatever, a couple hours. And I get on and it's like if I talk to like a hacker or something, I'm down bad, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like I'm like, damn, that's my time's getting wasted here. I got to play a game, it sucks. You guys are doing it for a living. And this is like you have to do this for so many hours daily, and
Mhm.
for when it was in such a bad state before to get killed over and I can't imagine how that was for you guys. Like I said, just me playing casually, it was brutal. So like I can't imagine you having to do it daily like that.
Oh yeah, it was terrible. Like some days, actually, I was like 2 weeks ago. We died to a hacker on one team, and then he died to a 4-man team of hackers in the
That's
same exact game.
insane.
It was nuts. And then like they just come out with new things all the time. Like now they got flying cars. They just I don't know. Whoever comes out with these hacks, just they're doing a great job for themselves, I guess.
Dude, they must be making money, that's for sure.
Yeah, for real. Actually, they said it was like $1 million industry for COD.
Wow.
'Cause and then, like, now they do, like, free cheat weekends, like, it's just
That's
Call of Duty's
insane.
in shambles right now.
Someone was talking to me about that, the free weekend, not long
Mhm,
ago, and it's just like you can go try them out if you want. I'm like, serious right now, bro? You can actually try hacks out? Like, what is happening with Call of Duty right now?
they're kinda crazy. I don't know. I don't know, maybe hopefully they fix it. Now with Microsoft owning, Activision, I think, like, 2023 when Warzone 2 comes out, hopefully they have a good anti-cheat, but, I mean, honestly, we won't ever know until the time comes. It could be better, it could be worse.
Yeah,
Grass ain't always green on the other side.
it's always a gamble, I think.
Yep.
Well, I mean,
100%.
a lot of people feel that way with the map switch. The grass is not always greener. A lot of people don't like this map.
I actually like this map. I will say, Verdansk was a little bit more consistent. So like the same gameplay all the time. Like here on Caldera, like you'll have games where you get crazy amount of high kills, and then games where you don't find anybody at all.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's kind of iffy. Like Verdansk was always consistent. But this map, I will say, as you've seen, like these kill records being set 70, 80 kills per person. Excuse me, 70, 80 kills. On Verdansk, he wasn't doing that. I think there was only a handful of people that passed 50 on that game or on that map.
Yeah, I think you're
Excuse
right.
me. And then this one is like my cousin down the street dropped a 50 because of the planes. Like, you know what?
Yeah.
It's just it's endless on this map. This map is hit or miss. I will say that. I think they're going in the right step, adding all the stuff that they have, like the redeploy balloons.
Yeah.
Um, I think those are really fun. So I think they're heading in the right direction. They just got to clean up this hacker thing, and then
I,
I think the game and the content will be so good.
I agree 100%. The balloons, that's like so needed in that map because it's so many hills, right? So
Yep.
like it takes so long to get around because you're either running uphill where you can't slot cancel or like you go slower uphill anyways.
Mhm.
You know, the great rocks of Call of Duty that nobody can ever climb. It
Yeah,
takes
no one can
forever.
climb.
It's the only game that's like made by a company worth billions of dollars that you can't climb rocks in. I swear to God.
I'm in Mount Everest going to peak.
Dude, legit. So like adding the movement in from that is huge. And that's kind of like following the other games like Apex and Fortnite where like there's so much mobility.
Mhm.
I think like adding those versus planes is so much better. Then you're eliminating two problems. There's no planes shooting people and you got movement.
Mhm. And then they're doing now where and they fixed a couple of bugs too, where like your movement, they made you be able to mantle higher. So now like there's jump spots that you can reach because they allowed you to be able to mantle higher. Now I don't know if it's a bug or if they meant to do it, but there's a lot of spots now that you don't even need to jump on like railings or anything like that to get into like these top floors of buildings. It's kind
That's
of cool.
cool.
Hmm.
That's a game changer actually.
100%. Like, so I don't know if you play Rebirth at all. There's a lot of the buildings on Rebirth where now you can just look up and jump and you'll mantle right onto like balconies and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool.
Okay. I guess you're
Mhm.
mostly eliminating like a jump in like one jump of a three jump sequence basically. You'll get in
Yep.
windows faster and all that.
However, you do have to wait. So you have to wait till you're. It's like a stamina kind of thing. So if you jump too many times, you won't have the full height of a jump. You have to wait a couple seconds and then jump, and you'll have like a higher jump or a
Okay.
farther jump. I don't know why I called it or how or why they do that, but they do.
I guess it makes sense. They're trying to make it as real as possible, I guess.
Yeah, but you can mantle things backwards while shooting. That gets me killed so many times. Oh, it burns my soul every time.
Dude, it's the worst. You're just trying to jump and you're just like grabbing stuff and like you
Mhm.
said, backwards grabbing stuff and your gun goes off to the side. You don't know what's happening.
And gas mask animation, they fixed that. Now if you ADS or if you're ADSing while and you have your gas mask put on, it won't affect you at all. But you keep that gas mask until you're on ADS, and once you on ADS, then it takes the gas mask off. So it's kind of cool.
That
I think
is
they did a
cool. I
good job with
also
that.
seen when you're so like if you're in the gas while ADS, like your ADS and gas comes, your gas mask doesn't physically come on until you stop.
Do you take the health damage
Yeah,
though?
so you take damage. If you're ADS, the gas comes, you're taking damage. As soon as you un ADS for like a second, it puts the mask on.
Interesting, because that could pull up a lot of um like big brain plays in these tournaments, right? So like you're like say you have a gas mask and it's full, but you know there's somebody holding you. You can wait until you're almost low on health and then don your gas mask. And
Yep.
then you have extra time in the gas along with stims, along with a lot of so that's actually kind of interesting.
You just have to hold
That
the ADS.
yeah, that can be pretty impressive plays coming out of people. And then they have like that I don't know what it's actually called, but we call it a heat shield, like Apex, where you can throw down in the gas and it just clears the gas around you.
Yeah.
That's big too. You can make a lot of cool plays with that as well.
What about the new
I could,
bullets? What do you think of those?
they're weird. I've died to them by myself more than other people using them because if you shoot too close to yourself and you have a gas mask, it puts your gas mask on.
Okay.
So I've killed myself more with those bullets than I've killed other people.
I seen a little TikTok. It was showing like the new updates. Grizz actually did it, and it shows that when you like kill someone on the ground with those bullets, it like leaves like a gas bubble for like a little bit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and like it can hurt you as well.
Interesting. I didn't run into that yet. Might have
Yeah,
to check
it's
it out
pretty cool.
tomorrow.
He did like a little TikTok of all the things that are like new, like the balloons and stuff like that.
Mhm.
That was one of the things I thought was cool. That's where I actually seen the gas mask animation. It was you have to let go of the ADS for a second, then it'll throw it on. Otherwise, you're out there taking damage.
That's actually interesting the way they did that. I didn't
It's,
know that.
I guess that's their way of like making it not put on or like put on at the right time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So like it doesn't go over, like it doesn't make it unrealistic and just dons your mask without you even moving your hands. I
Yeah,
guess that makes sense.
yeah, it kind of does. It's gonna. I'm excited to see like how you said how people use it strategically, to stay out in the gas longer. Like you said with stims, I mean, you can use your health 3 times basically with stims before you have to put the mask on.
Yeah, and imagine if you do it that way, you hold that's one health bar. Then you got the gas mask, so you're in there for almost about another health and a half. Then you have two stims, and if you have an ammo box, you have two more stims. Like it's that
Yeah,
capability is endless.
I didn't
You
even
can do
think
so
about
much.
the ammo
Mhm.
box.
I
That's
seen a TikTok of a guy. He bought there was a fire sale, so he bought a bunch of ammunition boxes, and he just sat in the gas, stimming the entire time, stimming, and won the game. And it was like he started doing it, I think, in like fourth circle on Verdansk. He just stayed there, stimming himself, and then he'll drop the ammo box, pick up two more, stim himself. Yeah, it was crazy. But now, they added where like if you stay in gas for a certain amount of time, it does more damage to you, or like maybe it's a certain zone, it does more damage in gas to you.
okay. So you can't stay out as
Prevent
long.
Yep. It doesn't give you enough time to throw the ammo box down, stim yourself, and then get more stims.
Oh wow, it's fast then, very fast.
Mhm,
Like that kind of makes more sense though. Like the first circle moves so fast that it's like hard to outrun sometimes when you're fighting or whatever.
mhm.
So like to do less damage gives you a better chance to get into the next one. But as it progresses, I guess they don't want
Do more
people.
damage.
Yeah, they want people to get in faster or I guess put a heavier lean on positioning.
Yep.
It
Pretty
does
interesting
make
the way they do
sense.
it.
I think Fortnite might do that too. Don't quote me though. I haven't
Yeah,
played
I
it.
think Fortnite after third circle, it ticks more damage, I believe. I'm not
Yeah,
100% positive, but I'm almost it's either Fortnite or Apex. One of the 2 definitely do it.
yeah, I agree. I've seen it. It's either like ticks more or faster.
Yeah, I think it ticks more. It might even do both, to be
Yeah, I
honest.
might even do both. Yeah, that makes sense. So, like I said, it makes you play for positioning a whole lot more, and puts a little bit extra on it. I guess getting in circle early.
Yep.
A lot of people find it hard to play like that, though. I just want to grab a UAV, hop in a vehicle, and just
And just
chase.
keep moving.
Yeah.
They removed UAVs from the Vanguard Royale mode, which is interesting. Everybody's speculating that they do all their test runs on the Vanguard Royale mode and then roll it out across the entire game. Because like the loadout thing, they did that in that limited flashback mode in Verdansk. And then when Battle Royale came out or Vanguard Royale came out, you couldn't buy a loadout until the second circle. They actually tested that out in the flashback, which was the last game mode that they came out with before the switch to Caldera. So everybody's speculating that they're testing stuff in the Vanguard Royale mode to put it across the entire platform.
That kind of makes sense, though. I guess they don't want to have it in both if everyone doesn't
Mhm.
like it, type of thing. What's
Yeah.
your opinion on the new mode? Like, do you prefer to play the new one?
I actually like the old one, only because I like sniping sometimes, and I don't have the snipers leveled up, and from what everybody says, they suck anyway. So I prefer, and the vehicles are so much better on the full original battle royale as opposed to the Vanguard royale. I can't stand those vehicles. You start going uphill, you turn, you lose all momentum.
Yeah.
And you're not going anywhere.
They're actually the
I gotta get
worst,
my G
bro.
wagon. I'm going back to quads.
Yeah, they are. They're the worst. I see you like I haven't had a chance to play it myself, but I see a lot of people playing it, and it's just like almost like sluggish trying to move. You know what I mean?
100%. The Bertha, terrible, and you can actually get shot out that Bertha fairly easy as opposed to
Okay,
the old one.
not as much cover.
Mhm. But the cool thing is though, you can sit two people in it, which is kind of interesting.
Okay, wow. So can you still get people in the back? Because I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, so you can put you have one driving the passenger and then as many as fits in the back, which is usually two other people. They're actually we're talking to a couple friends the other day and we were thinking of like imagine like a 6v6 kind of thing. Like every squad was 6 people. The gunfights would be insane.
That would be cool. The
It'd
gameplay
either
would
go
be
real
way
fast or
different.
be way slow.
Yeah, like on well, if it's competitive, I think it would be super slow.
Oh, 100%. You'd have to wait for double knocks, triple knocks. Like,
Yeah,
now, most tournaments are, like, trios tourneys, like, custom tourneys. So, like, there, you knock one, you're always gonna push. On the quads one, you always look for a knock and a break or a knock or a double knock. That's
yeah.
when you see a lot of people pushing. Occasionally, you'll have these teams who just don't care and just push a full four-man that's up and slay them out. But that's just the players that they are, you know?
Yeah, that's just how they're used to playing.
Mhm.
Just some demons running in clearing houses.
Some people are insane at the game, like, it's crazy.
Dude, I would put you in that category as well. You're absolutely cracked at the game.
I appreciate it. I
I
try my
love
best.
watching it, man. You're I told you before you stream early and I'm always up early, so it
Mhm.
works out really well for me while I'm like doing
Same
whatever, getting the
same,
day
pretty much the
started.
same.
Yeah, packing lunch or whatever, getting a shake ready. I got you like propped up there. I'm getting all my stuff ready.
Mhm.
It's a good little good. I actually got 10 extra gigs of data, so now when I drive to work, you're literally the only one on. So I just have you on as well as just something to pass time. You know what I mean? And just watch you
Yeah,
slay out. I love it.
I do it all the time. Like, when I just drove up to my mother's house, 2 days ago, and I literally just throw on somebody's stream and just listen to the whole ride, and it brings conversation. Like, if my wife's just tired, so she'll just try and take a nap or whatever it is, I'll just listen to, like, Freebies or, Jawsy or whoever the case may be who's streaming at the time. It definitely helps the time go by faster for sure.
It does, man. Driving is tedious, especially well, like if you're doing it with someone, it's better. But if you're doing it alone and stuff too, man, it's like very tedious. I used to commute an hour and a half both ways, so an hour and a half in the morning, hour and a half at night when I lived up on the west coast of Canada, and it was insane, man. I would just listen to like podcasts and stuff to help me get through it, but or like streams and stuff like you're saying. But man, it's tedious, man. Like you said, it passes time so much more. It basically cut that in half for me because like I would just get engaged with the conversation, like think about it, and like have my own input as they're talking. So I love them again. Like I said earlier, I just absolutely love everything about them. It's very good, and I'm driving a lot too, so it helps me a lot. You know what I mean?
Oh, 100%. I started doing it, when I was in the military. We moved from Pennsylvania to Texas, which was like I think it was like a 28-hour drive, and the first day we took a couple days, but then I did it 2 or 3 more times after that, and I would just do it in 2 days. Just do 2 15-hour days and just call it that. And
That's
it was fine because
awesome.
I would be listening to, like, music or listening to people talk or talking to my wife, and it just make the time go by so fast.
That's pretty good. It's a
Mhm.
smart way to do it. I think keeps you like sane as well. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, you're not sitting there thinking about the same thing 6 times. "Oh, there's McDonald's again."
Yeah, literally. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of scenery on some roads up here too, so
Oh,
it makes it worse.
these trees. Oh, that's a new kind of tree.
Yeah, literally. Maybe you see some traffic and it helps it go by a little better.
You ever seen a moose while driving?
Dude, so Newfoundland, we didn't have moose here to begin with. They were like brought in here. We're on island, and it's
Really?
absolutely rampant with them. There's like hundreds of accidents a year on our highways due to like moose coming on the road and just like motor vehicle collisions. So I see lots of them. Like I've seen hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them.
Oh, I heard the moose normally wins too.
Oh, dude, it's bad. Even like, a full size F-150 or something, absolutely demolished, bro. Like you wonder like if anyone even made it out, you know what I mean? When they
Wow.
especially like a small Civic or something, the worst thing is they're so big. Like a Civic just hits the legs and then the body goes through the top, you know what I mean?
Dang.
Oh, it's crazy. We were driving home one time and a few years ago and we were out like going one way on a four-way highway. So it's like two lanes with a median and two lanes. And
Mhm.
the guy on the other side coming towards us, a deer actually came across the road and he hit that. Oh my god, bro, it was what a mess. He was good and stuff, like it hit like the passenger side, but
Mhm.
it just like exploded, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you ain't doing that to no moose.
No.
Maybe your car is exploding, but the moose ain't going nowhere.
No, dude, they literally just shred things. It's crazy. They're very big animals, I gotta say.
Why'd they bring them to Newfoundland?
I'm not
Newfoundland?
sure. So I guess it might have been like where we're in Ireland. There's not a whole lot of things here to begin with,
Mhm.
but they tried a bunch of different stuff. A lot of things didn't make it. Like they brought a toad in, and last summer, man, this whole like my whole area, they're like spreading rapidly. They're like very fast reproducing toads. They should not
Mhm.
have brought here, and now like they've migrated from one end of the province to the other, and just they're completely rampant right now. So like
You know
they'll do
what?
like test runs.
Oh, you know what? New species, bring them on over. No big deal. We'll see what happens
Dude. So
on
like
today's episode of Will They Spread?
literally they'll be like, yo, we have a problem with this. Let's bring in the toads to solve it. And then they bring in the toads
Oh,
and they're like, oh man, we got a problem with this. Let's bring in
nah, you
something
know what?
else.
Let's bring wolves next. Let's try that
Yeah,
one.
they keep getting bigger and bigger. Yeah, it's pretty much where we're at right now. Like they just bring things in, and I'm not sure if like way back when they did it, I had something to do with like feeding and stuff too, because a lot of like moose is a big fan. Like people are big fans of eating moose here. They hunt them,
What's it
like hunt.
taste like?
I love it. It's more like I call it like a wild taste, like a gamey taste,
Mhm.
than your typical meat. But like it's so lean. It's very very lean, and you can also taste the difference from like the east side of Newfoundland. It's where like the capital city is and stuff. It's like there's low vegetation. It's like very it looks like I'm pretty sure like an iceberg or glacier went through and like completely cleared the land. So it's
Mhm.
like flat, mossy with like big boulders and stuff like that. So like having one that was living here versus on the west coast where it's like flourishing with berries and trees, and it's like very wildlife oriented on the west coast of Newfoundland. It's different tasting as well. Like it's very
Buy it, I guess, huh?
yeah, it's crazy that you can actually like what they eat makes them taste different. It's I
I was
guess
from the west side. I could taste it.
a lot of people that live on the east coast will take their moose license for hunting in the west coast, like make a trip out of it because it just tastes better. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
no,
pretty
I
wild.
think the wildest thing I've had was chicken. Yeah, steak counts, I guess. Oh, steak. I've never tried nothing crazy. Oh, I guess I ate chicken heart one time. We went to like this a Brazilian all you can eat like steakhouse,
Okay.
and they had chicken heart. So I was like, hey, well, why not? And I made my sister try it, and she hated it, but it was okay. It was just really chewy.
Dude, those Brazilian meat houses, how do they work? Do they just like bring meat out
Oh yeah, so it's
consistently?
like so you just sit at the table, and they'll have like the sides on like a buffet thing, and you go get the sides you want, and then you sit down, and then like 2 or 3 guys just walk around the tables. Excuse me, walk around the tables with these like sticks with meat, and they just slice pieces off and just throw it onto your plate, and slice pieces off and just throw it onto your plate, and then just keep going. They'll come out, hey, would you like duck? Would you like whatever the case is, whatever it is that they have, and you say yes or no. If you say yes, they'll give it to you. If you don't, they'll keep walking.
That's cool.
Good answer. Hmm.
I don't think we have one of those here. We don't have like as much as you would have being in the States. Like Canada has less stuff, but even where I'm too, it has even less stuff because it's a low population.
Mm-hmm.
So we
Oh
like
yeah, I was talking to Nerves about it a while ago. He's like, "Yeah, there's not really a whole lot out here."
yeah, yeah, like we have like McDonald's and stuff. We just got a Five Guys, you know what I mean? That's like
Oh, Five Guys is good. Is it super expensive for you guys? Probably, huh?
it is, yeah. Well, everything is. Literally
Oh,
everything is so much more here.
yeah. So for like us, like for me and my wife, we'd get 2 burgers and like a large fry. It's like $25.
Yeah, so I think that it would be like more like $35 here probably. I think like a
Oh,
meal and a large fries here is like for that meal, you're looking at like $20 basically.
dang.
Yeah.
They get you guys expensive,
Yeah,
but
and
it's
then
still
like
good though.
it is really good. It's like quality fast food, I guess you could say.
Mhm.
But we have high tax
It's
here as
like,
well.
oh, you do have high
Yeah,
tax?
we have 15% tax on sales tax here, which is
Wow.
crazy. It's a lot,
I
man.
wonder why.
I'm not sure. It's like okay, so like basically, 10 years ago or 20 years ago, the government was like, "We're in very big debt. Let's just up the taxes for a couple years so we get out of debt, and then we'll bring them back." And it just never went back.
Never mind. Hey, you know what? We're still in debt, boys.
Yeah,
You know, just keep sending the money.
yeah. The debt kept growing, and the tax never moved.
And next
Typical.
year, hey, you know what? We're gonna up it one more time. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we'll get out of this mess. You know, trust us. No, but it is bad here, man, and it sucks that like for us to buy stuff here is cost twice as much as like the base amount would cost for you. But you know, our dollar is worse as well, so
Mhm.
we lose out big time. I think it's like it's almost 30% less for our dollar.
Wow,
Yeah, so like
that's
your dollar is like 70 cents, or we would have 70 cents American out of one of our dollars.
That's kinda like us when, I think it's GBP for UK.
Yeah.
$1 for that, or $1 of ours is 77 cents for them, or 76 or something like that.
Yeah, that's crazy. Imagine what our dollar is for theirs. Probably
Yeah.
half.
I think the most, uh, expensive one I've seen was when I was in Kuwait. It was 1 Kuwaiti dollar was $3.36 US.
Wow.
But this is where they get you. So it's $3.36. However, when I went to Subways because they had a Subways on post, I get it was 15 bucks. I get a sandwich, a cookie, and a soda. But it would come out to $3.30 Kuwaiti, which was about $15 for us. So it kind of like the dollar amount is more expensive, but the product value is about the same
Yeah,
in
okay.
that country at least,
Yeah, that makes sense.
which is weird. I don't know why they did it that way.
So it's crazy how like the whole currency thing works, man. Everything is almost US dollar right now though, so that makes it a little bit easier. Like even
Yeah.
like we play on like a online casino and stream on Twitch,
Mhm.
and you can't play on this thing on this online casino in the US, but everything is in US dollars. So it's just like the national way to do currency right now.
Like, hey, you know what? They're always in debt. Let's use their money.
Yeah.
Oh, so much money. It's crazy.
That's funny. You mentioned earlier you said that your wife was actually the one who like convinced you or like suggested you to go stream and tell me about that. How did that go?
Um, I remember I was playing Black Ops 3. I was doing the camo grind at the time, so they had I don't remember what it was called. I think it was Dark Matter. I think they called it Dark Matter in that one. So I was doing the grind for it. I was playing that in Destiny, and she was working at a hospital at the time, or it was like an outpatient clinic. She was doing like registration stuff there. And she comes home one day. She's like, "Yeah, you ever thought about streaming?" I was like, "No, I don't. I've never watched a stream before. None of that." So I fire up Facebook. Why? I don't know. I didn't even know Twitch existed. I just happened to see one on Facebook, so I fired up Facebook and I seen it, and I was like, "Well, I got to figure out what I need to go live streaming." And I started my career on Facebook,
Nice.
and it's been pretty good. I would say it's been okay. Been treating me right for the most part.
Dude, you're doing fantastic as far as I can see. I mean, you're partnered already. It takes some people it takes a full year of talking to nobody to even start getting viewers, you know what I mean? I mean,
Mhm.
you're already partnered. You're doing fantastic. You got a load of followers. You got a really good community base. Every time I'm in there, um, you got that solid foundation, the same people coming back, like they support you. That's so important to have as a streamer, and it took you
100.
like a fraction of the time it takes a lot of people.
And everybody's growth is different. And I really think it just depends on the timing and personality. You know,
Yeah,
like some people can have it all and just not have luck with timing, or some people can have the best timing, just not good personalities. Like you have to find that in between, but also keeping it as authentic as possible. Because so eventually, like if you can put on um a show, you can put on a persona, you can put on whatever it is, but people will see right through that eventually.
yeah,
Honestly, it's a matter of time. And I think that's a lot of the issue with this industry, is that people aren't always themselves, and it just makes it tough to branch out and network, or branch out and do co-streams with other people. For like a really long time, I really didn't reach out to anybody. I just even now I still really don't reach out to a lot of people, only because you never know how people perceive you reaching out to them, or how they think you want something from them. And at the end of the day, it's really like, hey, bro, I got a spot on the squad. You want to play some video games or not?
yeah.
Like I don't
There's
want
no
anything
hidden
from you besides
agenda.
that. Yeah. But
Yeah,
a lot of people in this industry always think that somebody wants something from them.
yeah.
So it's kind of just it is the way of the land. Got to make do with what you got.
100%. And it sucks to say it, but I think that there's more people that think that way than the other way. Like think that this guy just wants to play some video games. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I think more
Yeah, like
people are
I'll
like this
play video
guy's
games.
yeah, like this guy's trying to clout chase or whatever, right?
Mhm.
Or something
It's so
when
much easier for me. It's so much easier to play 8 hours with with a full team of people who like to talk to each other and just shoot the shit, as opposed to playing 4 hours by myself. So much
yeah.
easier. 'Cause you have
Oh, it is.
conversation, you have people to talk to, mess around. um, and build a community with those people. Like I play with some of the same people every single day, and we have a community. Like if I'm not there, they'll go asking for me. Um, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. The people you meet, things you can do and accomplish as a streamer. Like I've met some awesome people, awesome people. And then you also lose some friendships along the way. You know what I'm saying? It is the way of the land. You can't keep everybody happy all the time.
No.
Uh, at the end of the day, um, just got to do what you think is right, and hopefully it works.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you always got to think about yourself and like what's best for you, and you know, not all relationships end up working out, whether it's like, a bad break apart, or it's like, you guys just go separate ways or whatever.
Mhm,
It happens. I mean, especially in this career, I mean, you're creating content. You're going to want to try to create the best content, so you're going to go where the best content is created. You're not going to be around negative people, so on and so on. You just want to be like positive vibes, slaying out. Like I watch you a lot. Like you can be like bullshitting with the group. There's three of them are in one section of the map. You're in another, and you're just vibing out, slaying dudes,
mhm.
like shooting the shit, like you said. And it's a good time. High kills, fast paced gameplay. It's not that negativity. If someone dies, it's like, oh, I'll get you. No worries. I'll buy it right back. Don't worry about it.
Mm.
It's not like, oh, what are you doing over there? Like, we got.
Yeah, sometimes we'll give each other shit, but it's just giving people shit
Well,
really at the
that's
end of
what
the
friends are for, right?
day.
Dude, you
Like,
gotta
man,
razz
"Ah,
them.
man, you're real expensive this game." Let's just keep going. You die 17 more times, you just keep buying them back.
You gotta have fun with it too, right? If you're not razzing
Mhm.
each other, it's not like, you're not really playing.
Yep, exactly.
Me and my friends are really bad for it, man. A couple of the guys, like, they'll take it right to heart. So a couple of the other guys will like really give it to them sometimes. It's just like they're like totally playing, but the other person gets very angry.
Uh-huh. Those are really like at the end of the day, they'll always be your friend and they'll always come back. But it's always fun to mess with that one person
Yeah.
just to see what the tipping point is, where you can get them before they go over or keep it at the same spot.
Yeah.
Always fun.
Before they pull the plug out of the wall.
Yeah. I'm sick of it.
Oh man, I got a couple friends who rage like that, and it's fun on my end, like when it happens, but man, I feel bad for them sometimes. Like they're just like playing like garbage and can't get anything going, and they just lose their minds. You know what I mean?
Sometimes it's just not. Some days it's just not your day. I've been better at accepting the fact that sometimes it's just not gonna go my way. I'm gonna lose almost every other gunfight, or kill three, get down by or get killed by the last one, and it just happens some days. You're not always gonna be amazing.
No, for sure. And like you said earlier, with timing, it's not only the aspect of streaming, but Call of Duty timing, man. Let's talk about
Oh
that.
my, that thing is crazy.
Man, I've seen people hold doors. Like especially I used to grind S&D like years and years ago. You'd watch people on Twitch, man, holding doors for literally like a minute 45 seconds in a 3-minute round. And as soon as they on ADS, someone pops
Somebody
around the
runs through
corner.
it. Yeah, and just kills them, and there's
Yeah,
nothing you can
man.
do.
There's not like
Oh, dude, God,
literally.
timing is like that, or like in the gulag when say you can't find the guy, but then you're like, you know what? Let me just throw a stun, and when you go to throw the stun, he just appears right in front of you, and it's like, oh well, I'm gone. See you later. Hey, you guys got 4,500, or well, it's 4K now. But like it's just the timing is crazy on COD. And I think that's just something with FPS games in general. Just COD, I feel like it has more so than not
Yeah, I think it's just
to
we
the
play it a
gameplay.
lot more.
Yeah.
It happens way more in
I'm
COD.
sure I'm sure CS:GO has the same issues
Yeah.
or Apex. But you know what I noticed about Apex? It's like it's slower pace, it's like what is it called when you train and you do intermediate sprints and like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called, but so like Apex is super slow to start with, or it can be fast, then slows down for a round, and then super fast, then slows down for a round, and then like it just keeps doing that, which is kind of interesting. But it definitely always keeps you thinking and keeps you bettering your playstyle in all aspects as to Call of Duty, where it can be just you pushing teams back to back to back to back to back the entire time, or you doing 6, 7 recons and just sitting and waiting for the circles to close.
Yeah.
I definitely think Apex is more variety of play style, um,
I like
and
the
you just gotta master
abilities.
all the abilities are insane.
It makes you
Some
play
of the
like you
stuff
said,
people
you're not
do.
when you push a team, depending on which characters are on that team, you have to it's like it's always a different fight.
Mhm.
It's like I feel
Yep.
like Call of Duty can get that repetitive fight, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, like, sometimes it's like, "Oh, well," that's why people always like, "Oh, you have wall hacks," or
Yeah.
Sorry, I dropped something. You have wall hacks or, you shouldn't have seen that dude go, whatever the case may be. It's like, brother, I've taken this same fight 17 times and I kill the first one and the second one always does the exact same thing. It's like, it's Call of Duty. Everybody eventually at a certain point when you get to a level, people think the same. So,
Yep.
like, the only people you'll have issues where, like, say I killed somebody and then his teammate should be coming around this corner because this is the direction that he came in. They decide to go a completely different way. That's normally when you get into like a higher tier or a go against like a better skilled player. But like, you know, Jimmy that picked up his PlayStation 5 controller and plays 1 hour every couple weeks is gonna play the same as the as Tim that does the exact same thing. You
Yeah,
know,
they're both
like,
going in the same door.
yep, exactly. And it's just a matter of learning play styles and learning rotations and learning how to predict where the team should be coming from, and that's what Call of Duty really is.
Yeah, 100%. It you nailed it actually. Like there's nothing more to add to it. Like that is what COD is.
Yeah, COD is it's just one of those games where either you're that guy or you're the guy behind that guy, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Dude, what
But it
what
was
gives you the rush in Call of Duty? Like when you're playing, is it Warzone or is it like trying to get the high kills or is it tournaments? Like what gives you that rush?
it used to be high kill games. Be like super like the higher kills I got or the more often I got high kill games, the better I felt about me playing that day. But now it's more of like just having fun and trying to create a different kind of content. You know, like now I've been sniping more often, so I'm trying to get sniper clips or clips where I'm just messing around with like D Wolf or Lady Geek or J Laner, um, and just having fun. Because at a certain point, like being a tryhard isn't fun anymore. You know,
Yeah.
like getting online and using the Bren for 8 hours, knowing that you can take both fingers off the analog sticks and still shoot straight. Like it's not fun at a certain point.
Yeah.
Um, to me. Other people love it. Other people enjoy it, but I have to change it up because at the end of the day, what happens if Call of Duty tomorrow completely shuts down and then you go to a game that you're shit at? You know,
Yep.
uh, people aren't gonna want to watch you slay out in a game, then go to another game and be trash for the first 3 months. But if you build a community where it's partially gameplay based, but also a connection with your viewership or with your viewers or with your community, they're gonna want to stick around. Like you can play like whatever you want, essentially.
Yeah, like they're there for you. They're not there for strictly the gameplay.
Which is kind of tough with Facebook. Facebook's one of those platforms where it's very heavy on battle royale style games, occasional like mobile games, and GTA. GTA Warzone and PUBG Mobile are probably like their 3 biggest games
Yeah. Dude, what do you think
on
about the
Facebook.
mobile scene on Facebook?
It's crazy.
It's
It's crazy.
huge.
However, I will say some of them gotta fix Facebook has to crack down on some of the the camera loops that they use for said games,
Yeah.
but it's a crazy community. There I don't know, there's a young adult, I don't wanna call him a kid because I don't know how old he is. There's a young adult. He looks like he's about 14, 15, but he's a savage on, PUBG Mobile. Insane, and he
Okay.
holds, like, 2, 3,000 viewers every single time he goes live, and he's from somewhere in the Middle East. Um, but I do notice, like, with Facebook being the platform that it is, mobile games, do better with their overseas viewership. Like, if you play certain games, you notice where the viewership's coming from. Like if you play like PUBG Mobile, if you play GTA 5, you'll notice you get a more a more diverse community from other countries as opposed to Call of Duty where majority of my people are from uh the US, Canada, and UK. Like and very few from the UK, I would say. More so it's US based.
Yeah.
Um 'Cause I don't think Call of Duty has been a big it's and this is the first year Call of Duty did has well, not the first year, it's probably the second year now, that they've been doing cross-platform, so that, merged a lot of the countries together, and now you're gonna see more people from, other countries come into it 'cause of PC gaming is very huge in, like, Asia, in other parts of the world, whereas here in the US, it was always, "Yo, my PlayStation 5 is insane," or my
Yeah.
Xbox X is crazy," you know, it's always been that kinda argument, But now with Warzone, I think Warzone definitely broke the seal on crossplay and bringing in more people into the PC environment. Like I didn't know I before Warzone, I was still playing on PS5. I had my streaming PC that I've never loaded a game up on, and my PlayStation 4 at the time. And when Warzone came out, I seen everybody switching to PC and the game looking insane. Switched to PC, and now I have a console and it just collects dust.
Same. I have one like right next to me. It's a PS4 Pro, and I don't think I've turned it on in like 2 years. No, no
Really?
joke at all. Actually, like
Um,
it might even be longer.
and now with PC, I can get every single game you get on Xbox. I just have to have whatever their monthly subscription is. I just have to
Yeah.
have that or bought the game. And then PlayStation is the same thing. I just have to have PS. I think it's PS Now for PlayStation. I just have to have that, and I can play most of the PS4 games.
Yeah, in my opinion, and probably yours too, it's a no-brainer. Like 100% PC gaming is the way to go.
Oh yeah, the
Like,
quality you get is
yeah,
insane.
just being able to chill on Discord and like you can literally be on Discord with like 10 people having,
Mhm.
a good time. You could have your cams on, you could be talking to them, you could be talking to in-game people at the same time, have it split. Like it's just the options are endless. You know what I mean?
But I will say, the only issue that I've not really an issue, but that I found myself is sometimes I just want to sit on the couch and play some video games. Um, and I can't do that here with my setup that I have. I have to sit in my chair. I don't have a couch in here. I don't have a 55-inch TV where I can play GTA 5 on. I was actually talking to my wife. I was thinking about getting like a 25-foot HDMI cord so I can play Dying Light on my PC, but in my living room and just plug it into the living room TV.
Just stringing
Um,
across every time you want to play it.
Mhm.
It
It's like
is,
sometimes you just wanna chill,
yeah.
spend time with the wife. Like, she used to play big on video games. Now with the baby and with all the stuff she was doing before, it was kinda tough for her, but eventually we wanna get back into it. We're eventually gonna buy another house, and I plan on doing, like, a really big streaming room/game slash game room. I already have plans for, like, 2 55-inch TVs next to each other for,
Nice.
her PC, my PC, that we can play whatever game we want together. Um, cool, cool.
That's gonna be really cool.
Mhm.
Dude, that wall behind you, how many hours did you put into that?
6 hours. This thing took 6 hours for me and my wife to finish because we had to paint the entire wall black first, um, and then put the tape on, and
Yeah,
then paint over the black, which was terrible. Most people do white, but we're like, "You know what? Let's try it with black," and I think the black came out pretty awesome.
I like it a lot, man. I gotta say, I remember you as soon as you said it. I forgot, but you told me when you were doing it that you painted all black first and then painted it the other colors. Did you have to put multiple coats on for that?
Oh, yeah, we some of the colors, like the grays, some of them even still come out, and we did 3, 4 coats on them.
Wow,
And, like, the lighter one, like, this one right here, these had to do, like, 4 or 5 coats just to get it to not see the black.
that's
And e like
insane.
like this one, you can kinda still see it. I have to redo some of it, but leave it like that for now because there's
No,
too much going on.
yeah, man. You just had a kid. You can't be
Yeah,
painting.
yeah, it's terrible. I still gotta paint the rest of the house, like, we moved into this house last summer, and everything was, like, cream, but it was like that cream where or, like, the paint, you couldn't clean it. Like, what you know how some paint,
Yeah.
like, the satin, you can take a wet rag and just wipe it down?
Yep.
Like, theirs, it's not that. It's like a chalkboard. So, like, any piece of dirt gets on it, and it stays on there. So, we're working on painting the entire house. We've done most of the first floor. Now I have to do my foyer and then just all upstairs, and that's it. But painting, I suck at painting, so
Dude, painting's a lot of work. Some people don't like who haven't done it don't really understand. But like
Mhm.
especially when you have a house full of furniture and like items and stuff, dude, it's a lot of work.
I gotta move everything, then move it back to do another wall, then move it a different direction to do the last wall. Like it comes in a lot. Like
Yeah, it really
we've
does.
done quite a lot. Like this door that you see here, we actually put those up a couple weeks ago. They're sliding doors. It's like almost barn style doors. So it slides all the way in on the other side to the corner of the wall, and it stays flush. So like it looks pretty good.
Nice.
And then we built a wall on this side and put doors there, so it can soundproof for the baby. So we're kinda getting ready for me to have the baby so that when I'm yelling at Call of Duty at 7:45 AM, the baby doesn't hear me.
Dude, I can feel that struggle because okay, so my old setup, I got a two PC setup like you, but I had like a 55-inch TV above me, so it was the living room as well.
Mhm.
So like we could chill on the couch and I could just HDMI to the TV, and we could watch a movie from the computer, or like you said, relax and play a game. But we put the baby's room right next to that. So I was like, shit, I gotta move upstairs. So I literally switched floors. Went in like my sister's old room when we used to live here. And I set it all up there, and now I'm back downstairs again because she's a little bit older. So I got my own little office now. It's way better. But I feel
Yeah, I
that
can imagine.
struggle, man, of like trying to prepare for, having a kid, and you don't want to keep the kid up. And I was like, oh, I'll just like, be quiet. And then the wife's like, oh, well, like the keys are pretty loud too. You know what I mean? There's no way you're gonna you're gonna be
There's no
quiet.
way you're getting quiet. Like, I even thought, like, I have a basement as well that's finished. So I was like, "Look, if the baby still can't hear me, I guess I'm moving to the basement. I'll be in the it's freezing down there, but I'll be down there."
Well, it'll be good in the summer, right? Because it'll be nice and cool.
Oh, it's beautiful down there. Like, in the winter, we have guests come over, and they're like, where am I sleeping?" Like, "Well, mom's got the bedroom upstairs, so you're in the basement." They're like, "Well, damn. Now I gotta bring 7 blankets to keep myself warm." So
Dude,
in the
my
summer, it's nice.
yeah, the summer's really nice. My bedroom and office right now are both in the basement,
Mm,
and I can tell you, like, it was like -20 yesterday, and it was cold in here, man.
I can imagine.
Yeah, it was
Mm.
really cold.
What's the coldest it gets up there?
So like it was like -11, but with the wind, it was like -23 or something.
Fahrenheit or Celsius?
Celsius. But I think that they like are the equals at -20 maybe, or -16, something like
Wait, they
that.
equal out after a certain minus degree?
Yeah, I think it's like 20 or 16 in that area, anyways, for sure. But they become the same, and then they like kind of taper off slowly again. But like I think like 70s to 80s is more like 25 to 30 here.
Mhm.
So -20, I guess, would be like pretty close to -20 in Fahrenheit. But that's
Yeah,
with the
minus
wind
20 is
too.
minus 20. Look, I'm not going out in minus 20.
Dude, it's cold. Like my skin cracks up and stuff, especially with the
Hey,
wind if you're out there for long.
you coming to work today? No,
Yeah, no.
happening.
The vehicle
Calling
won't
off.
start.
Yeah. Do you have like a heater for your engine block?
Yeah, so most vehicles that like come to Canada or get made in Canada come with those automatically installed.
Mhm.
I don't. I think mine does. I don't have to use it though. I have like a kind of newer vehicle, and it's hasn't really been that cold. A couple weeks ago, I want to say we had a cold snap where it was like -16 before the wind, and
Mhm.
it like didn't really like it to be started.
Yeah, like, you know what? Give me a few more minutes.
Yeah, a couple extra revs to get it going, and
I
but it
saw
was good.
when I was in the military, I had a couple of friends that came from Alaska, and they said there's no chance that you have to have it on every single vehicle that you own. If not, it's over for your car.
Yeah, I bet it gets really cold up there too.
Oh yeah, Alaska's insane with how cold it gets. Um, and somebody said that it gets so cold sometimes in Alaska that it doesn't snow.
Yeah, so that it's true, and I know it sounds weird. I lived in northern Alberta in a small town called Fort McMurray. It's like an oil town,
Mm,
and it used to get like -55, like temperature wise, but it's a dry cold. So
mm.
like, I believe that like -40 there compared to minus like 15 here is like the same. And the wind
And just
here, it's a wet, damp wind that blows. You know what I mean?
mhm.
It's a bad cold here, but up there it'd be like -55 and literally too cold to snow.
Yeah, that's insane. I never want to live somewhere where it's too cold for snow. Like,
Dude,
I
it's
don't like the
wild.
snow as it is,
I
but
like when
too
I
cold for
first
snow, that's bad.
Yeah, it's very bad. When I first moved up there, I went outside and like just breathed through my nose, and my nose just instantly stuck together, froze shut. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah, see,
why did
I
I
heard
move here?
stories, of people in Germany when they were stationed there doing PT and them having the hat on, and then they sweat, but it was so cold that the hat would freeze to their foreheads. And no, not me.
Yeah,
Nope,
you don't like the
good.
cold, right?
I stay inside. You said negative what? I'm inside all day.
Yeah. How cold does it get there? You get a bit of snow, right?
Yes, I think the coldest so far was like -5 with wind chill.
Okay.
Um, but it has been it's been nice. Like today was like 50. No, today was 60. Tomorrow's supposed to be 50, but then it's dropping down to like the 30s, and then but it goes back up. But here, like we'll get nice weather like this, and then randomly in like March it'll snow. Like massive snowstorm, which makes no sense to me, but
Yeah.
yes.
Dude, the last like probably 5 years here, we've gotten snow in May.
In May?
Yeah, just randomly. Like it'll be super nice out, and then all of a sudden we just get a snowstorm in May.
Oh, yeah, see, no, I'm not with that, chief.
That's pretty
Mm.
bad, right? May
Like,
snowstorms.
May, I feel like it's supposed to be hot. Here it is. May here is probably you starting to get into the 80s, maybe 90s, depending on where you live, and you getting snow still. No, good, chief.
Yeah, it's pretty. It doesn't get warm here in May either. Like it takes like June, July, August months to like get that really nice hot days, like 30 Celsius, so like probably like 80 or not, I guess 90 probably Fahrenheit.
Mhm.
Just like estimation, I have no like clue exactly what's it is more like, you know, the 85, 90, I think 30 is, which is
Oh,
pretty
no.
hot.
Yeah, I'm good. I like, like I said, warm weather. Well, I like 60s. I like sweater weather. I love sweater weather.
Yeah, me
That's why I
too.
like when you guys always like, yo, we got sweaters. Yeah, I'm getting one. I love sweater.
Yeah,
If you look at my closet, it's like 6 t-shirts and 15 sweaters.
I love
You know,
that.
like
I'm the
I
same
love
way,
sweaters.
bro.
I
I'm like
don't
a
know what it
long
is.
sleeve t-shirt and a like hoodie or sweater, man. That's me.
Mhm. Yep,
Uh,
100% all day, especially if they're soft sweaters. Oh, man, I love me some soft sweaters. So whenever you're like, "Yo, we got some merch coming out," I was like, "Is it like the first one?"
yeah.
First that first sweater you say, I don't even wanna wear it because it's so soft.
Dude, you took a picture for one of your features, I think.
Mhm.
And I was like, yo, that thing looks mint, bro.
Yeah,
Like
I don't
right
wear it.
out of the
It's
bag.
so nice that I don't wanna wear it.
Dude, I
Plus, I
love
got my
that.
dog, so, like, the dog and cat hair get on it and then ruin it. No. Mm-mm.
I'll have to
Special occasions, I'll break it out.
I'll have to get you another one so you can wear it around and keep one mint.
Oh, yeah. Those things are I don't know what material you get or, like, what kind of Egyptian cotton you use, but that thing is great.
I got pretty fortunate. Like I got I met a guy who's an in with a manufacturer where I can actually pick all the features. Like I get to pick the quality, so everything is like premium quality, the best that I could pick. So it's like super soft and feels good. So I got fortunate, and I want to like keep it that way. Like I want to keep it so that everything is like, you know, top quality. So I try from the merch, you know, to the content creation team. Like you guys are killing it as well. Like just we're trying to bang out the most quality as possible. I
Mhm.
mean, even when we were setting up the podcast, me and Reed took probably, dude, I want to say like 2.5 months, and we were just grinding it, man, being like, you know, the audio's not quite there yet, or you know, the picture's a little bit off, and like just we've had audio techs come in, people from the radio station here, like dialing in all of our stuff. We got all like, you know, good equipment, top of the line stuff, and honestly, like we listen to some really big podcasts now, and comparing our live podcast to those, it's like a lot of them that do really well, we have like a better quality sound out of. So
Mhm.
we're super stoked about it, man. We're all about just like producing the best quality we can. Like we would
Quality over
rather not
quantity.
post if it's not good, right? And that's like me.
Mhm.
I'd rather not sell a piece of merch if it isn't like that first one you wore.
Mhm.
So like that's what I'm all about. Is like just pushing good stuff, man. Just, you know, positive vibes and good quality, the best quality we could get, and that's what RSG is in a nutshell.
That's why I always preach that to, like, my community is like, man, like, the companies that I'm partnering with, and reaching out to, like, it's companies that give you good quality of product. And I'll never push something that I don't believe in. Never,
Yeah,
ever. Like, people always ask me, um, "What's your opinion on the best controller?" I always give them the same answer. AIM controller is better than SCUF controller by far. Um, and they'll always be like, "What about Battle Beaver?" And I always tell them, "I don't know. I don't know. I've never used a Battle Beaver, so I
yeah,
cannot tell you what Battle Beaver is like." There's a lot of content creators out there that do things and say things just for money.
a hundred
Um,
percent.
I'm not gonna mention the person, but there's a guy, who is a SCUF partner. Somebody in his chat asked him one day, and I was in there, um, "Is SCUF better than all other custom controllers?" And he goes, "Yes, by far, no questions asked. SCUF is hands down the greatest controller that they make." And then the guy goes, "Have you ever used one of these other controllers?" And he was like, "No." So how is that opinion accurate if you've never used any of these? Like, that from now on, your opinion really doesn't mean a lot because you
No,
you just told your entire community that you've never tried something, but everything else is or what you use is better already. Like, you
100%.
can't say that.
And then like the next thing that comes out of his mouth is, yeah, Scuff's the best, here's my code, like, go get one, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? He's just doing it
exactly.
strictly for money.
Mhm.
That's
A lot of content creation, is like that, and it makes sense, you know, everybody wants to make the money. Um, Obviously, their time is a product. What they say, what they do is a product. And I get it, but at the same time, I could never do it. Like, I can never kiss up to something for money, you know? It's just not the way
100%.
I am.
I'm like right there with you. Like we've had a lot of people contact like RSG as a whole and be like, "Yo, we want to, get you on board with us. Like, we got a new a partnership, for example, fuel buy. It's kind of like, like whatever. It could be energy drink or, a coffee or anything, right?
Mm.
Join us and there's like literally hundreds in my email all the time. And it's like, all right, what are you guys looking for? It's like, we'll just give you a promo code, you push the code and you make your money. But I'm like, man,
Alright.
I'm not pushing your product. I don't even know what it is, for one, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? I even had a company contact me and be like, yo, if you spend $50 right now, get a starter pack, we'll give you a code, and then you can sample the starter pack and give people your code. Like, bro, you
Mhm.
want me to buy, you're trying to take me on, you want me to buy your product. Like, you're
Yeah,
doing it
no.
wrong.
Like, so with G Fuel, get down, baby. My dog just kinda came over to just bomb the entire thing. "Hi, nice to meet you.
Dude,
See you
love
later."
dogs, so I'm a
Yeah.
big fan.
Oh, yeah, this thing's my baby. But, like, with G Fuel, um, I reached out to them. I was like, "Hey, I'm interested in your product," and they were like, "Okay, I'm glad to hear that. Send me a couple links." I sent them a couple links, and then they were like, "What is your kind of flavor that you like?" And I told them, "Kind of sour." So, like, "Okay, send me your address. I'm gonna send you a bunch of different products. You try them out. If you like them, great. Let's move forward and talk more. If you don't like them, well, then we tried, you know."
Yep.
Um, and I ended up partnering with or being an affiliate with G Fuel, and I love their products. Their products are great. Do I love all of their
Congratulations, by the
flavors?
way.
Thank you, thank you. Do I love all their flavors? No. Do I say that on stream? Yes. I'm going to tell you what flavors I don't like. I'm not gonna tell you, um, I like this flavor and I don't like it. You're gonna see it. You're gonna see it in my face, me try it and not like
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
you know?
You're
Or
never
me
drinking it
me
on
buy
stream.
something, you see it, and then like, "Hey, Yunuziy, have you what happened to this flavor?" It's over there in the kitchen somewhere, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I'll be honest with you, like, at all times same with aim controller, like, I love aim controllers, like, their customer service to me is amazing. Um, I always message the guy like, me and him were talking for the past 3 or 4 days, they sent me out a product to test out that they haven't even released yet.
Nice.
Um, and I gotta make a video about that, I'll probably do it today or tomorrow. And they just hit me up all the time, "Yo, what is your idea on this?" Or, "How can we run this?" Or, "This tournament's coming up, what are your thoughts on this?" And they're just for me, they're a great company to work with.
Aim seems super cool, man. You got a couple controllers with them, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't show you because I just sent 4 of them in to get the new feature added to them before they
Okay.
start getting ordered, and I have to wait super long for that.
Smart though.
Um,
Good move.
yeah, so I sent out all of mine except for the one that they sent me, which is this, which I can show you because like, it doesn't actually have, you can't tell what the new feature is by looking at it. It's an internal feature. But yeah, they're great controllers, I love them.
A lot of
I
people
have
swear by 'em, man.
I have I ordered my or they gave me the first one, which is actually I can show you this one, which is a PS4 one, which is this one.
Dude, that's
They
my
gave me
favorite
the
one.
they gave me this one. Um, a week after I ordered a PS5. That one I waited like 2 months for because that's when PS5 first released.
Yeah.
Um, Ordered my first PS5, started playing on it, ordered another PS5, and then ordered 2 more PS5s. Now they sent me that one, and I'm in love with the PS5 controller from AIM, and I'm probably gonna use them forever. And they have
Dude, I love
lifetime
that.
warranties. Like, you can't beat that.
No, you really, and you use a discount code. Reed
Yeah.
will throw up Unuziy's discount code for aim on the screen here. You use this
Appreciate it.
discount code, you guys get a bomb controller, lifetime warranty. A
Mhm.
bit of money saved using his code, and life's
If you
good.
have issues, message me on Twitter. If
Yeah,
you have
there you
any issues
go.
with AIM controller, message me. I always message the guy, and he gets them fixed. So if you have any issues, let me know.
Dude, that's
Quality.
amazing, man. Like I've heard really good things about AIM. Like I obviously haven't had any contact with them myself, mouse keyboard, but
Mhm.
like I just see like other content creators as well, and everybody talks highly about them. It's so cool.
They're a great company, and Um, I I think it falls into the category of just the funding. Like Scuff's owned by Elgato, which is who owns Elgato? Elgato is Microsoft, I think. I think it's Microsoft.
I'm not sure.
Um, but Elgato owns Corsair. They own Scuff. They own like two other companies as well. It's like so it's a very big company. AIM is just AIM controller, you know.
Yep.
Um, but they try their best. You don't have to wait 2 months. Sometimes you have to wait long. I will say that, depending on the controller. But they have these. This is called Speedy Aim. I used that for one of my PlayStation 5s. I ordered it on a Friday and received it the next Friday.
Wow.
Yeah, for a fully decked out controller. Kind of looked like the PS4 one, um, just in a different color scheme. And I got it a week later. It's great. Like the four that I just sent in, um, I asked them the time frame on it because obviously it's four controllers that I need back faster, sooner than later. And they said,
Yeah.
give us about 2 weeks after we receive it, and we'll get them back to you.
Damn, that's fast.
And they're doing quite a lot to the four controllers. They're changing um, the new feature. They're putting in the new paddle system. They're putting in the new grip. Um, they're doing it on all four controllers, and
Wow.
it's awesome. And you can send in controllers, which is like a lot of people don't know about it. You can send in like the PS4 controller that Granny got you that you hold sentimental value to, and you just want to add paddles to it. You can send that controller, and they'll add the paddles and put their lifetime warranty on that controller.
No way.
Hmm. Yeah, a lot of people don't know about it, and it comes out cheaper.
Dude,
Um,
that's wild that they'll like add a feature after the controller's been purchased and still give it a lifetime warranty.
So when you send your controller in to get the new paddle, they replace all the internal parts. Like if you send it in with stick drift, they're gonna put a new motherboard and new analog sticks in it anyway. So that's why they do it.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Makes
Same with
sense.
like stick drift. Like if you get stick drift, they just dropped it to like 45 days. But if you get stick drift after 45 days, I believe it's $40, and they replace all the internal parts.
Wow, that's cheap.
It's basically like getting a brand new controller.
Yeah, for $40.
Hmm.
Dude, that's pretty good.
Yep.
What's your favorite design controller of all time for you?
Like the color scheme that I use, the orange and blue.
Okay.
But like if you're talking like the most iconic or the most meaningful controller, um, PS3 controllers.
Okay.
'Cause that's when I got into Call of like really got heavily into like Modern Warfare 2. Um, and there was something about that DualShock 3 that did it right for me, you know.
Yeah.
I think they're in the basement. I still have like two or three of them just sit in the basement. That I
Just
never
keeping them
got rid
for a
of.
rainy day.
Yeah, I got a red one. I got a red one, a blue one, and a gold one.
Nice. Dude, I gotta say, I was like a big Xbox guy for a long time, but then I got a PS4, and the controller, man, it's way better. Just having
Also,
the analog sticks together.
I'm saying why Xbox doing the weird stuff.
I'm not sure. Like I thought, so like I have bigger hands, so I figured that a bigger controller would be better. But having that thumbstick so high, man, it's like makes your hands ache after a while, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's like because you have it like your you're angling your wrist a lot harder to
Yeah,
move. You'd probably actually really enjoy the PS5 controllers. I have bigger hands, and the PS5 fits perfectly over the PS4 controller.
a lot of my friends
Um,
said the same thing actually.
you'd probably really enjoy the PS5, and I play claw. So like when I hold my controller, I hold it like that, and
Okay.
it's super comfortable. Like, it fits perfectly. I love it.
So
Love it. I
do
love
you
it.
still use the paddles too?
Yeah, so I use two in the back. Um, focus. But, I still, like, plate up and, like, do stuff with the fingers. It's just more so I use the paddles when I'm, like, in the middle of a fight more so that I don't have to un-ADS
Right.
or I'll remove my fingers off the analog sticks. But, whenever I'm not fighting, I still play claw. I'll just, like it basically looks like that, when
Yeah.
you play claw. You're throwing gang signs up on your controller, like, that's what it looks like. But it does hurt after a while. I've been doing it for, like, 10 years, and I will say my knuckles sometimes bother me.
I was gonna ask, do you have any aches and pains due to it
Yeah, so
now?
it's, like, the middle of my knuckle and then my index, like, it locks up sometimes, like, at a certain like, from here to the right, I can't move it sometimes. But, it is what it is, you know?
It's
Eh,
just
it's just a finger.
casualty to it all. Do you
I gotta be
find
good,
it
right?
better for? Do you find it better on controller than mouse and keyboard? Like I know you were suffering a while for mouse and keyboard, right, with your back.
Yeah, I know I miss mouse and keyboard. I would go back to my if I can play mouse and keyboard and have 0 pain, I would be on mouse and keyboard all day long. It's
Okay,
just something about mouse and keyboard that just feels good, you know?
I feel that.
Um, and, like, I've spent a lot of money on mouse and keyboard stuff, that I can't use. Like, that entire shelf is all mice, and then I
Wow.
have 2 keyboards up there, and that's not including I have another one at the bottom down here, and then the 2 on my desk. Like, I have a lot of mice and keyboards and just can't really use them. I try use them every once in a while. It's just tough. It just hurts my shoulder way too much.
Yeah, it's not worth it, man. If you're having physical pain, you're better off. I mean, you're absolutely cracked on controller. You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter, in my opinion, which one you're using. You're gonna be dropping bombs, so you might as well do it in
Yeah.
comfort, right?
Yep, exactly. You always get that community where it's like, "Oh, aim assist is so strong, dude. Aim assist, aim assist, aim assist." It's like, yeah, but you gotta look at it this way, right? Aim assist is strong up close. Mouse and keyboard is insane long range.
Yeah,
So they both have their pros and cons. Is where you meet in it's just who you are as a player. I will always say that the average mouse and keyboard player is better than the average controller player. 'Cause it takes more um more time, more knowledge to learn your way around the keyboard and mouse um than it does a controller.
I agree.
I will always believe that the average mouse and keyboard player will be better against the average controller player.
That makes
Um
sense. I think when you get it to the top end of it all, like the high range, like best players in the world, looking at it anyways, majority of them are on controller.
well, it's just because of the game.
Yeah, it's
Call
the
of
Call of
Duty
Duty was made for controller.
Oh yeah, Call of Duty was always also a heavy console community. If
Yeah.
you look at their CDL, all console. Now they play on PC now that there's crossplay and the players have been switching. But a lot of these pro players, they still play on ADFOV just because when they go to COD champs, they got to play on a console.
Yep.
So the reason that you find like all these insanely cracked players in this current community is just because Call of Duty was such a heavy console based game that you're gonna have the Aidens, the Scumps, the all those folks, and then like you go into like a game of Apex where it's a little bit harder to find controller demons, or Fortnite where it's a little bit harder to find insane controller players, or PUBG, you'll never find a controller player because
No,
they
never.
don't allow controllers. Um, and it's always gonna be like that. I feel like it's always gonna be until they come out with a brand new game, that kind of adapts for controllers close range, or mouse and keyboards close range to controllers close range, and mouse and keyboards long and controllers long range kind of feel the same. I think that's really when you're gonna see who's better and why they're better on that device, which I think is gonna be interesting.
I 100% agree. And if that comes or when it comes, I'm excited to see like where everybody sits. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It would be cool to see it all unfold and whatnot.
That's why I
Before,
prioritize myself being good on both, just in case.
yeah, you get the best of both worlds, man. If you have to
Yep.
go mouse keyboard, you're good. If you have to play controller, you're good.
Mhm.
A lot of people don't have that going for them. Like me personally, I can't play enough to play two. Like I barely play enough to play one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Oh, no,
I'm at a loss there.
hours. I think
Yeah,
I've so far have like 140 days played on COD.
love that. That's
Um,
insane, man. That's cracked.
and that's not even like the most. Like there's people on there with like 160, 175 days. I'm
Just
like, I play a lot.
grinding.
How? Well, do you sleep? Sure.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how you do that.
Streaming 12 hours a day.
They're nuts.
Before we close it out here, I want to ask one last question. For 20, it's still early in 2022. Do you have any goals or any like things that you've set? Like you have a certain mindset or any goals in this year that you want to crush, or like, numbers or anything like that you're looking to reach?
So the plan for this year is 50,000 on Facebook. I'm at 34,000 right now. Um, Facebook's recently hit some hiccups with my page, and just with the platform in general. For instance, like the other day I was live streaming and my stream shut down and I got banned for 30 days, and I don't know why. My partner manager doesn't know why. So I'm using my wife's Facebook account to go live on my Yunuziy page. So we're trying to figure that whole thing out. But the goal is to hit 50,000. Um, and I wanna get to the point where I can switch any game and hold at least 50 viewers, whatever game I play, no matter um, no matter the game, the genre, and then Twitch. I wanna get somewhere where I can hold about the same or close to the same numbers as Facebook, which is gonna be a hard task because Twitch is a little bit more difficult. But I really do like uh the accessibility of Twitch over Facebook. Like you can text. Like so, say you're watching my stream on Twitch, you open up a text message. You can still watch my stream and text your wife what you want for dinner, or
Yeah.
like there's just there's a lot of stuff that you can do differently on Twitch than you can on Facebook. But I think Facebook's gonna eventually head in the right direction. It's just a struggle bus till we get there, you know.
Yeah, for sure. I think it'll be worth it once they get it all figured out. And also, I seen you a couple times on Twitch recently, and I mean, you've been holding good numbers on there. So like,
Mhm.
that's to your goal set for that. I mean, you're not far off that, which is absolutely amazing being this early in the year. So I think you're gonna crush all that, man. 100%.
And then just really growing as a creator, doing more YouTube content, and then just growing as a person, as a content creator, and a part of the community. Because at the end of the day, you're just as much as a community member as the 7 other people who sit there and watch you play for 10 hours a day. You know, you're the same person. You're just
Yep.
the one that they're watching. I
100%.
feel like a lot of people separate themselves from their community and kinda they don't, I wouldn't say talk down, but they just don't act the same with their community as they would with their peers outside, you know. And I try and talk to the people in my chat the same way I would talk to my brother, my cousin, you know, like family, you know, because at the
Yeah.
end of the day, they're the people who support you every single day, and allow you to be able to go live and sit and do this job for hours and days at a time. There's just nothing that competes with it, to be honest.
I love that mentality, man. That's like, I
Mhm.
believe that's where everybody should be. You should be
Mhm.
trying to like be one with the community and like, like you said, a family. Like it's basically how I look at RSG. Like I'm not like, we got group chats. I'm in there. I'm talking with you guys. Like, I'm one of you guys. You know what I mean? That's what
Mhm.
I try to perceive as that too. So I'm glad you have that mindset. We kind of have like the same idea there, which I love to hear. But yeah, I think you're gonna smash all those goals, man. I don't think you're gonna have an issue with any of that. And like you said, if Facebook turns around here right away, you're right
Mhm.
back in it. And I mean, the sky's the limit, right?
Sure. Hey, I got so my daughter wants to say hello. Hold on.
All right, so this is gonna be good for anyone who's watching this on YouTube right now. You're gonna get a little sneak peek here of his daughter, 1 month old.
Look at this little cutie.
There you go. Dad's girl.
Yeah.
She's camera strut.
Oh yeah, dude. She comes. My wife brings her down every morning. We have like a little routine. My dog will come up first, say hello to me in chat, and then my daughter will come over as well, and she'll say hello as well, and then we just go back into gaming.
That's awesome, man. Congratulations, by the way, on the daughter and the family and stuff. You're absolutely killing it, man. It's great to see, and I love to see you enter that next chapter of your life. You know what I mean, going into fatherhood and stuff.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Love that, man. Well, thank you for coming on here. Again, I appreciate it. Reed's gonna drop your socials here on the screen right now, guys. Make sure you go follow him, go like his page, check him out if you're into some demon plays on Warzone. This
I
is the
semi
man you want
gaming
to
a
watch.
little bit.
A little bit. This man's absolutely cracked, guys. Go check him out for sure. Again, thanks for coming on. I really appreciate it, and I'm sure we'll have you on here again.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you inviting me over to the podcast. Hope you have a good day.
100%. All right, guys. Until next week, we'll see ya. Peace.